Welcome to the Herman Hartman Jr. Show. I'm your host, Herman Hartman Jr. Hey, listen, thank you for joining me. And I want to point out that the topics that I speak about are strictly my views on life and my opinions. If you do not agree, I totally understand. I want to thank those who do agree and who do support the Herman Hartman Jr. Show. And I want to ask that you continue to like, comment, and share this show. So for today's show, I would like to discuss vision. I believe that the person who fails to plan plans to fail. It's important that we have a plan and execute the plan. So before we get started talking about vision today, let's jump into the quote of the day, because it's always important to start our day off right. So this quote is from Joel A. Barker, and it states, "Vision without action is merely a dream. Action without vision just passes the time. Vision with action can change the world." So listen, I think that that's a very powerful quote. When you talk about vision, you have to be able to see and know what it is exactly that you want to do and how you're going to do it. But without action, your vision is just passing time. You're just wasting time. You're not really doing anything. So I'm not going to go too far on that quote. I think it's self-explanatory. It speaks for itself. But let's dive into the law of vision, and let's talk about what vision really is, and how, if you apply the law of vision to your life, you can become more successful. All right.
My people, we perish from a lack of knowledge. My people, we perish from a lack of knowledge.
So let's talk about what vision is. All right. Vision is defined as the act or power of anticipating that which will or may come to be. Vision is an experience in which a personage, thing, or event appears vividly or credibly to the mind, although not actually present, often under the influence of a divine or another agency. Vision is a vivid, imaginative conception or anticipation. Vision is understanding that you have been given the authority to realize beforehand that which will or may be. You have the ability to operate or function in a particular way that allows you to foresee, expect, look forward to, and be sure of that which will or may be. Think to yourself, has there ever been a time in your life when you were able to answer a question, obey a command, or satisfy a request before it was even made? You may have been operating under a simple gift that everyone has the ability to utilize, and that's called vision. Listen, we've all had experiences in life when a person, place, or a thing of distinction or importance appears realistically to the mind. Although it may not actually be present, this vision is believable and worthy of confidence. This moment is known as the conception of your destiny. It is the origination or beginning of a design plan that only you can give birth to. And I've been blessed with 4 wonderful children, so I know a little bit about the process of birth. At the conception, both parents and everyone that hears the news is filled with joy. Everyone has the same feeling once birth has been given and a child is born. However, no one speaks of the morning sickness, cramps, weak bladder, backaches, weight gain, confidence loss, nervousness, stress, or labor pains. You hardly ever hear the childbearers complain about it. Excuse me. That's because they're confident in the vision and know that all the uncomfortable things must occur in order to make it to the destiny, which is giving birth and bringing a child into this world. It's the same with your vision. You will endure some turbulence along your journey. Understand that. Remember that you see the end result at the beginning. The middle part, that's what you don't see. And that's the part that you will have to go through in order to get to your destiny. Have an understanding of what vision is and how to properly position yourself in a manner that would allow you to fulfill your destiny and see your vision come to pass is what this episode is intended to do. All right, so I'm going to take you down a little journey so that we can look at the 3 laws of vision. And if you study, understand, master, and apply these 3 laws of vision to your everyday living, anyone can see a drastic change in their outlook on life. All right. You also see more and more of your dreams come to pass, and you will in turn live a purpose driven life. So, before we get into the three laws, it's important to understand what a law is. A law is any rule or injunction that must be obeyed. A law is a rule or principle of proper conduct sanctioned by a conscience, concepts of natural justice, or the will of deity. A rule, principle, or convention regarded as governing the structure or the relationships of an element in the structure of something, as of a language or work of art. And the law is also a principle based on the predictable consequences of an act, condition, or etc. So, you have to first understand what a law is in order to execute the laws in your life. And, as we know, man, a law is a rule that must be obeyed. Think about how many people, just don't like obeying the laws, but this is something that must be obeyed. Right? It's a principle based on the predictable consequences of an act. And if you don't know, for every action there is a consequence. All right. So this is predictable because if you do it, then you can expect to get this. If you don't do it, then expect to get that. All right. So without further delay, let's jump into the three laws. So law number one: don't reject knowledge. The prophet Hosea said that people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Because you have rejected knowledge, you will also be rejected. Your children will be rejected because you have forgotten the law. So listen, man, law number one is just real clear, man. Do not reject knowledge. People are destroyed for a lack of knowledge, said Hosea. When you reject knowledge, not only will you be rejected, but your children will be rejected. Man, I don't want to pass that on to my kids. All right, all because you forgot the law. You're gonna curse your kids, man. Read and get understanding of your vision, and study to show yourself approved. Law number two is to keep the law. Where there is no vision, the people perish, but he who keeps the law will be blessed. Listen, if you don't have a vision of where you going, if you can't see your destiny, you disappear, you die, you suffer destruction, you ruin, and you spiritually die, man. You suffer a spiritual death. He that lives by the law will be blessed, man. So keep the law. Just keep the law, practice the law, abide by the law, live by, die by, like they say. Law number three: write the vision down. Now this comes from my main man, the prophet Habakkuk. And if you don't know nothing about Habakkuk, you need to go and read it, and then get familiar with this. But Habakkuk said to write down the message, document it legibly on paper, so the one who announces it may read it easily. This message is a witness to what is decreed. It gives reliable testimony about how matters will turn out. Even if the message is not fulfilled right away, wait patiently, for it will certainly come to pass. It will not arrive late. So listen, man, this is my favorite part because there's power in the pen and paper, but a lot of people refuse to use it. And I just can't understand why. You can get you a 10-cent notebook and a 5-cent pen, and you can write your way to success, man. But if you're not writing down your plan, you don't have a plan. So you need to write a plan, keep reading it, keep practicing it, and you will eventually complete it. But you have to write the vision down. Write your vision down and understand that it's not going to come right away. All right, it's going to look like it's not going to come. People going to start doubting you. People going to start talking about you. People going to start saying you just talking, you full of it. You don't know what you're doing. They're going to lose hope on you. They're going to give up. They're going to turn your back. But you just stick to what you wrote down and keep executing your plan. And it will come to pass, man. All right, you can see your dream come true. But you have to write it down and you have to have a plan. That's law number three. That's the three laws for the 10 laws of life. The law of vision. Well, that concludes today's episode of the Herman Hartman Jr. Show. I want to thank you for joining me. If you think that this show was beneficial to you or it could touch somebody else, please like, comment, and share this show. If you're watching the show on YouTube, subscribe to the channel so that you will be notified every time that a new episode is posted. Also, I want to let everybody know that I'm giving away free copies of the first chapter to the 10 Laws of Life book, which is what we talked about today, the Law of Vision. So if you want to get deeper into detail, download this book. There's also a link in there to the soundtrack to the Law of Vision, which the song is titled Vision. It's produced, mixed, mastered, and performed by yours truly, Herman Hartman Jr. I'm not a singer, but I can hold a note. So check it out. Give me some comments, give me some reviews, let me know what you think. If it's real good, click on the buy button and buy it. It's 99 cents plus tax. I got to give Uncle Sam his good cut. But support your boys, support the movement, support the cause, man. Once again, I'm Herman Hartman Jr. in the lab, getting it in, signing out. God bless. Good night. Peace.